In the air to right, and he did it again!
Back to the Love These Two broadcast. Week 110 is in the books, and we have some new clubs in the top 100 for the very first time, and of course some new clubs that just hit 6,000 for the very first time. Some crazy scores out there, and of course, as you can see from the thumbnail, we have the Golden Game reaction. The number one player, JM, right, in the one of the number one clubs in the world, Tough and Tender, going after Matthew from Seidou. Right, Matthew's already posted his video, but I'm going to react to it here for you. So let's go ahead into the groups. All right, group number one, Platinum 5, Japan 001, able to get the victory. USA MLB gets the victory here. Baseball Canada and Hyundai Unicorns, tough week for them, going to be moving down. All right, Tough and Tender. This is the Tough and Tender family, right? So one of their minor league clubs gets the victory over Padres dugouts, Puerto Rico, and it looks like that could be a Taiwan representative club. Can't tell, doesn't matter. All right, another Tough and Tender rookie club, right? Charging the mound gets the victory. Beast Mode Squad, Hit Factory, and again, another club I can't see. Next, we have Venezuela VZ in a Platinum Level 2. Gets second place Untouchables. Look out for Untouchables as they take on the Jays, Baga, and So Cancer from Taiwan in that corner over there. All right, next we have Platinum Level 1, Bull Chips, Korea, Kiwi Clubbers, Yankees, and Cobra Kai. Korea gets the easy victory here. Yankees second place, moving up. All right, Bronze Level 1, first week for a couple clubs, FAFO. Third place. I'm not sure how bronze works. I kind of forget. But Pure Swinging and Aces gets the victory. Wood Scorpions, Fishing in the whatever. Not really relevant clubs as of yet. All right. Platinum Level 2, U.S. Patriots, Italia, Japan Samurai, MJIB, Aftermath, Uprise. All right, so Samurai, Japan, and MJIB. Tough battle for first and second place. They're moving up in Platinum. All right, Aftermath, New Day, 123. Not enough to keep moving up. I don't know if it's enough in Gold League. But the team here from Korea, it's hopeless. 158 gets the victory. And then Big Red Machine, second place. A tight battle, Aftermath, New Day, third place. Killing Me Smalls, followed by Black Naya. All right, Moderated Bunts, 115. Second place to Righties. Good job, Righties. With a nice week there. And that's going to be followed up with Spartans, CBBL, and Yankees. But take a look at number 24, all right, Moderated Bunts. They get the necessary point total. They should be in the 6,000 for the very first time. We'll check it out in a minute. All right, Group of Death. All right, so Group of Death, first place in this group goes to Tough and Tender with 196. Again, a ridiculous score. Taiwan, the first place overall team, 185. And then the scores, Masaba, 171. They get to go up 21 trophies, so they're still inching their way. But two teams going down, unfortunately. Korea, and out of the 6,000 is Snow Poetry and Cats, 156. All right, Misfits on deck, 46 there. Second place, True Blue with the first place. Tied for third, American Sluggers 2 and Chica Power, and then Raging Bulls right there in fifth place. All right, here we go. 8-3, 8-6 for Six Fur 2. Either way, they're the up-and-coming 8-3, 8-6, the rebranded, regrouped. They're making their way through the clubs. Dolphins to Chill, 129. The team from Korea called Shrine with 115. Canadians, 122, hitting 420, 107. All right, so goal level 5 groups here with 166. The team from Taiwan, I'll Throw the Bat When the Ball Comes, gets the victory. Alpargata, 148. Beast Mode, 142. And 120. Zaikidan from Japan, and then the Dogs, 93. Not a good week for them. All right, Full Send LLC gets the tight victory over the Taiwan Ball Club with 124, and then Big Air China Lemon with 118. OJIMA Club gets third place, 120, and the Guardians at 111. All right. Actually, I think, yeah, the Guardians will be out of the top 100 as well as the OJIMA club. So, tough week for them. All right, here we go. All-Stars, 117. Good enough for second place. Blue Jays, the 8th ranked team, gets it done there. Chinese team in number 60, they get 113. Camo, Japan. And then the 6th place Taiwan Representative Club. I don't know if they're tanking on purpose or what, but I don't think so. This is not the club to do it, but they're dropping it. They're a tough week for them. Okay, here we go. Start swinging, 138. Easy victory for these guys in Platinum level 3. Followed by Red Kingdom and Elite. Tight race there. And then tied for 4th place, Warriors and Wild Things at 113. These are the teams trying to get back to the top 100. A lot of them have been there before, so tough week for some of them. All right, we got Cooperstown 2 with 112. Not good enough here. It was Nan's crew at 119, followed by Namba at 115. Nexus, Slam Jams 2, Cooperstown 2, all struggling this week. All right, and here's a good, solid Platinum level 1 Misfits. Again, the up-and-coming team. Remember, a couple weeks ago, it seems like. They started out fresh. Aftermath OG 153, and Moderated Bunts, and our moderated names, Braves and Buckeyes. All right, so American Sluggers, 135. Nice victory. These guys are jumping up the last couple weeks. Easy victory here for them. Redditors, nice battle with Dingers there, getting second place needed. Samsung, they're on the verge of getting out of the top 100, as well as Woes. Woes might be out of the top 100 after 82 points. 5th place, that's a tough week for them. Dingers, 111. All right, Baseball Bros, 131. Good enough for second place here. Could get them back into that 6,000. Padres, nice job, 146. And tough week for the rest of the Korea. They're the 4th place team, dropping. Taiwan Super dropping. And it looks like Hanwha, or actually, I think that's the strongest baseball team at 61. Shouldn't have been in this group at all. Let's keep it going. Seidou, 126, starting to get a little bit more competition here as they're moving up from the 400s in goal level 1. Stars and Bars at 114, and then the Yankees, and then a little easier drop-off. But Seidou, keep on moving up. All right, let these two chill. They missed 16 games this week. Again, going against the keep swinging 3rd place team. Mandalorians get back in the 6,000. Solid second place for Legends at 45th, the underdog in this one. Beast Mode, not really a shot, but they made it competitive, tying with Keep Swinging. But let these two chill. Big disappointment because, you miss 16 games and you lose by 7, and you lose second place by 2. I mean, kind of an embarrassment, if you ask me. All right, Group of Death 2. What a battle here at the top. Now, Perla Negra had 80 after 2 days. So I don't know if they took their foot off the gas or just had a couple bad days. But nonetheless, they finally earned themselves a shot at the Group of Death. Taiwan Representative Club 1. They'll move up a little bit here with 19 in that 3rd place. But yeah, let these two had an out-of-body experience. They typically don't get 170 as of late. So this is one of those weeks where we did miss 3 games. Not that would have mattered. I think Perla Negra kind of had a little left in the tank if they wanted it. But All-Stars in Taiwan, tough week for them as they move down. All right, Lefties 2 starter. Here it is. 124, second place to Australians. So good job to the Australians with their 130. U.S. Diehards made it a week, but Lefties 2 starter at 107 going into the week should, with this, get themselves propelled into the top 100 after 39 weeks. Solid job. Disco Horse and Korea just couldn't hang here. But again, man, it is getting difficult to get into the top 100 and then also to stay there. So Lefties 2 starter definitely has a task to get back up there and stay there. All right, so those are the groups. Let's go into the reaction of the Golden Game. Moment you guys have waited for, the Golden Game reaction. The #1 rated player for the last several months And it's not necessarily skill, even though he does have a lot of skill. So let's not give that away. But still, the guy plays a ton. JM currently in the tough and tender second place overall team versus Matthew from Seidou. I will post his YouTube channel. So please go check it. Subscribe to his channel. That'd be a great idea. Help him out. All right, let's get into the game. All right, so let's take a first look at JM's batting stats. Stupid. I don't know. This is the thing. I have a lot of batters that are like close to 600, but this is asinine, in my opinion, how this happens. 659, 672, 734, 716, 694, 660, and then Durant, Jessica, Martin is new. So having those batting stats alone consistently throughout your lineup, it takes a lot of games, and you got to shift your lineups around, I think, quite a bit. But there is something a little fishy about having that many, because the game, again, nerfs you. That's just my opinion. All right, let's get into the game, though. We're going to be pausing it a couple times to kind of look at certain things, like his stats, for example. But let's go. All right, look at that gold field. Oh, so gold. Gold, gold, gold. And he starts out. Let's take a look at his stats with Shaitan. All right, so, 2,129 victories, 107 losses, 1.4. So that's already kind of insane already, where he's got that many wins versus that many losses. That means he's good, right? You can't really deny that, the fact that he's actually that good going against real players. People post victories against him all the time. It just, something's a little fishy, and I just can't figure out how. Because even playing against bots, you're going to lose every once in a while against a bot. So out of that many games, 2,200 games with Shitaro, I don't know. This is my thoughts. Let's keep it going. Okay, Matthew starting it up with Neville. Nice 503 batting average. Look at that giant-ass trophy. Man. And does he do any... It's not really a big, hello guy. Looks like JM. But again, you got to give the guy, he does play this game a lot. He is committed. So, the the developers definitely love this dude. Constantly playing. This month, he might not make it to the first spot. He get a little burnt out, possibly. But solid up the middle shot, right? Again, when I play JM, I haven't played him in a while, which is weird. Because I live in Asia. But playing against him, you saw that Matthew was going for a steal, but thought second of it. Now let's see if he doesn't pick it off. I played against JM in Clash League, and he is beatable, man. He pitches a little bit different. He does nibble, but he does throw strikes. So that, full count, you got to be patient. Again, playing any top player in the game, they're not just going to give you the strikes. You got to earn it. So patience at the plate is key, and timely hitting. Nice job there. I don't know if I would have gone first base on that one. I think he might have had a chance to get Michael out. Now Ray here is Matthew's dream girl, in my opinion. Just her and Kaya. I think Matthew's going to be hitting it up with that. But nice job, opposite field hit there. Gets the run. Matthew, nice batting average, 545 with Kevin. But again, we're going to take a real look. And he gets the first shot out of here. Perfect timing. Gets the sweeper inside, bottom corner, 4-0. That's what you need against this guy. Solid job taking advantage of the situation, hitting strikes when strikes come. All right, Big Andre looking to add on. Again, man, Shitaro doesn't have a lot of movement. That's his biggest weakness as a pitcher. So that sweeper, you got to be able to read the sweeper. That, the tough part is that changeup. It just kind of glides through the zone and then mixed with that splitter. That's the two pitches you really got to be worried about. Shitaro's fastball isn't nothing. It's just straight. And his sweeper doesn't have a lot of sweep to it. So if it's inside, it is very much hittable. And Jay Sung, right, inside, swinging at a ball. All right, so 4-0 going into it. Now this is the fun part. We're going to take a look at each batter's stats as long as Matthew didn't quickly go against it. All right, so pause it. All right, so look at this, 659. The batting average is there. There's 76 home runs with Annie. That's a lot of playing, RBIs, a lot of solo shots. So, he ends games pretty quickly. So not too bad here. I really want to get into like his power hitters and show you the ridiculous home run totals. This guy, as well as Kazu, are kind of insane when it comes to home run totals with the power hitters. I don't like the consistent swinging that people do. It's more annoying. It's not really distracting because it's just annoying, right? Kind of maybe tilt you a little bit if you don't like little fidgety stuff. But again, Matthew here going with Michelle. This is a tough call because, right up the middle, that's kind of where Annie's pay dirt is. All right, let's pause it. Okay, so Mark, he probably just recently got him to level 13. I don't think he pays for too much of these players. If you look at his lineup, he does play sometimes with level 12, so he's not overpaying. But 672 batting average, that is insane. All right, so Mark up to the plate here. And that's a strike. So, you got to get lucky sometimes with timing, right? Oh, let's go back to Hammer here. So let's take a look at the Hammer stats. 734, 1887 homers, 3,300 RBIs. That is insane. Batting average plus the home run total. So dangerous hitter, obviously. But you got to throw strikes. And he does, and he gets the timing, and he's got backdoored. You had the game right there. You had the game. Okay. Let's take a look at Kevin's stats. Look at that. 716, 2,178 homers, 5,772 RB. Like I said, that is just ridiculous numbers, especially the RBI total. But that could have been the game right there. Just be patient. That's a veteran move going back on that. And Kevin makes him pay right out the gate. Annie, turn it around. Go back. Don't try to stretch it out. All right, 2 outs, man. Gibson's total, 694, 1830. Another good, 5,466 RBIs. It is insane. All right. Dangerous hitters are coming, and they're lurking. And again, Michelle, you gotta throw strikes in there. And, he's not swinging out of the zone typically. So it's the scary thought that one mistake. So you definitely, and he gets it. Oh, and he's going home and can't beat him out. Okay, now it gets crazier. All right, so these are some ridiculous stats with Shotaro, 660. Again, with the pitcher, Shotaro, even though it has that power and contact, I don't think the homers come as much as they should with those statistics. But nonetheless, 660 batting average, ridiculous. And again, Matthew is getting in a little bit of a pickle here with an opposite field shot. And again, he loads the bases with 2 outs. The winning run comes to the plate in Durant. And there's Durant's totals. Not as much. Like, I actually have more home runs with Durant than he does, but his batting average is about a little bit higher. Durant's batting average down lower in the count. That's kind of understandable, but 472. I'm pretty sure he doesn't get this far into games when you got Durant in there, but this is a potential for a walk-off. Grand slam, comeback. All right, here we go. It is tough. Goes inside slider. He was on it. That was the potential. I don't know what's going on with Matthew. That's just a long strike, though. You kind of live to see another day. And changing it up. Staying low. Oh, he's going to throw a strike in here. Curveball on it again. Just a little late. Oh, man. Going high. Got to change it. And he gets him to chase it. Game over. Oh, my goodness. What a game. And JB does that. He loses, he just quits right off the bat. That's what it means when someone just quits. But that is a solid victory. 34 trophies. You know it's really him. What a game for Matthew from Seidou. Again, go subscribe to this guy's channel. It is worth it. The guy's 500 subscribers. Needs 500 more to start getting paid. Get this guy's college tuition paid for. All right, let's go to the top 100. What a game. That was tight. So here's the top 100. Let's get into the top 100 and see who's in and who's out and who's up. Okay, so dropping is not to 100 here. I'll beat you with this cup of coffee at dropping to 100. Thrashers dropping. MJIB Australians, nice job getting back into the top 100. And OJIMA Club stays at 97. Good for them. All right, Never Die. Left these two starters. Formosa win back in the top 100. Left these two starters in the top 100 for the first time. Rockets 83. West Coast Clowns dropping a little bit there. All right, Samsung Ice Cold Beers. Big Air China Lemon dropping as Toros move up from 100 to 88 and 777 moving up. All right, America First 2, Korea Stars and Stripes. They all drop. Metropolitans and Taiwan's balls will fly out of the sky or something like that. I don't know the exact translation. All right, so we got the strongest baseball team, Spartans, Beast Mode, and Aftermath, all dropping as Redditors keep moving up. And we have Taiwanese Kindergarten, Cooperstown, Japan moving down, Sticks and Stones and Mariners are moving up. All right, Hounds and Revolution 2 moving up, Camo, Japan, Bambinos, and Chinese Olympic team moving down. All right, Blue Jays, Ballbusters, Yankees moving down, Slam Jams, Full Send LLC moving up. All right, this is an interesting one right here. All right, Team Japan, Marriott Group, Thin Blue Line. Thin Blue Line, great week for them, moving up 12 spots. American Sluggers moving up 15 spots, almost to the top 50. Nice job. Iowa 2 moving down. And Yankees moving down. Samurai Japan moving down. Hyundai Unicorn moving down. Revolution and Nan's Crew moving up. Bad News Bears staying at 50. Righties Japan 001 moving up. Slam Jams 2 Nexus moving down. All right, Venezuela, USAMLB, Masaba moving up. 8386, again, no one's there anymore. Staying there. And CPBL moving down. All right, Legends jumped into the top 40 again. Veterans moving down. Taiwan Super Sluggers, no one's there anymore. Moving down. Baseball Canada staying at 38. All right, the vacated Masaba, vacated Chen Li Chen Fan Group. The Eagles moving down. T-Taiwan All-Stars moving up. All right, Namba back in the top 30. Warts and Hemorrhoids. And Korea back in the top 30. And a vacated Taiwan Representative Club, Soba, moving down. All right, Big Dumpers back in the top 25. Taiwan Representative Club 2, and Wild Ball League moving down. Korea at 22nd, staying there 2 weeks in a row. OMG. Snow Poetry and Cats, Keep Swinging, All-Stars, all moving down. Taiwan Representative Club 1 moving up. All right, Met 7-Line Army, Lefties 2 chill. Korea dropped out as well. All right, Lefties 2 back in the 6,000. A country for hardworking people to enjoy back in the 6,000. All right, Blue Jays, Mandalorians, Hanwha, Baseball Bros, moderated bunts, first time ever in the 6,000 spots. Congratulations. Good job, right? Well done. All right, Padres, Blue Jays 2022. Perella Negra in that third spot probably will not let it go. It's my assumption. I don't see them ever really dropping, but this week will be a big challenge for them. To kind of stay and get third place. I think they will get it. But now they have a good challenge with Tough and Tender and, of course, Taiwan to kind of stay in this top 3 as competition is going to get tough. That is the top 100. And, again, a solid week for a lot of clubs there. Thank you guys for watching another Lefties 2 broadcast. See you next time.